Okay guys, I don't know if you can see this, but last time I checked at least, my eyes were super red because I've been doing a lot of crying tonight, and we're going to talk about that later. But I thought I would take advantage of this special moment because I rarely cry. I think I'm going to go inside and I'm going to play a prank on my mom. So I'm going to go inside and I'm going to squint my eyes like this, and I'm going to go up to my mom and like slur my words and stuff like that, and she's going to think that her son is on drugs. This is going to be the funniest prank of this year. All right, let's go. Hey, Mom. Yeah.
What's the matter?
Nothing. What are you talking about? You caught me. You caught me. I was,
Did you lock up the
Yes,
front
I did.
door?
Yes, I did. Well, that was kind of a failure. So I bet you guys are wondering, why are you crying, David? You're usually so happy. You're usually so positive. What, have you gone emo or something? I mean, like, it's not like I dye my hair black and I wear all black clothing. Right? No, guys, I'm not emo. And I don't normally cry. Like, I've only cried like 3 times this year. So, including this time. So, you know that this is definitely kind of a big thing for me that happened. And I want to share it with you guys today in today's video. So I was in church today. I was in the young adults group, and the pastor of the young adults group at my church is such an amazing person. God has used her to change my life more times than I can even remember. But this time, it got so bad. My life was changed so much that I ended up crying because I was so moved. So we got these handouts today in our service. And sorry for all the Republicans watching. No, not that kind of handout. So the first part is basically to write down times when God has shaped your life. So let me share it with you, at least the stories that I wrote down. So the story starts off with an article that I read on the internet. It was about the Bible passage of the parable of the talents. If you don't know what the parable of the talents is, it's basically a story where this really rich guy gives his 3 closest servants a huge amount of money to take care of for him while he goes on a trip. The first 2 servants use the money and they reinvest it, and they earn twice what they were given and give it back to their master, whereas the first one just buries it in the ground and then gives it back. The master is pleased with the servants who used the gifts that he gave them wisely, but is disappointed with the person who, didn't do anything with them. And that's when it really struck me that, God has given me the skills that I have, the talents that I have, the abilities that I have, the things that I have, the resources I have, whatever that might be. And when you read something like the parable of the talents, it is presumable that he wants me to do stuff with them. If you're going to give like a child a sandwich, right? The point of the sandwich, of you giving it to them, is for them to eat it, right? Not to sit on it as a cushion, or put it on their head as a hat, or throw it as like a frisbee, right? You give the child the food to eat it. And I've been given a certain set of interests and goals and, whatever it is that God has given me. And I used to feel guilty for wanting to pursue them because that's not what other people were doing. Like, I wanted to do YouTube. My parents don't do YouTube, obviously. They're pretty old YouTube, and they thought that it was a terrible idea when, I was starting off. I got so much resistance, especially from my dad. And they were like, just get a normal job. Just, do whatever it is. These days he says, I like your content. It's funny, but, like it's not paying the bills, whatever. Get a normal job. Don't wait for this to pay off or whatever. And, so it's really difficult, and for a while I felt guilty about that, but now I know that God has given me the desire and the ability and the talent to do this, and so there's nothing wrong with me working with what he's given me. And so that was a big turning point in my life. Now the second big turning point was last night. Literally last night, I was watching Shark Tank, and there was this kid, about my age on there who developed an app, but the app wasn't developed enough to be like a real business. And Mark Cuban said, the guy with the big chin, he said, the worst problem that we all have as entrepreneurs is that we lie to ourselves. And I heard that quote and I thought to myself, maybe that's true. Where have I been lying to myself? And it really struck me. Well, I'm convincing myself, well, it's okay, just do a little bit today, and I found myself like being the most half-hearted person ever that I know. And you've seen it with this channel. You've seen me go for like 2 years without uploading anything. You've seen me go for like months at a time without making a video, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be famous on YouTube. Oh yeah, I gotta put in a little more work. I realize that, but it's okay. Not that much. It's not okay. I pride myself on my integrity. I'm normally very honest with other people, but until now, with myself, I've been the biggest, fattest liar ever, and that's not okay. I've been taking a lot of the things that I have for granted. I've been taking my time for granted. I wasted on, silly things that don't really matter, that don't really move me forward towards where I want to go with this channel and, with my other pursuits in life. I have a bunch of energy that God gave me to, do stuff, and like I'm lazy. I spend it, doing things that which are silly and pointless and not constructive. I'm super blessed to live in America where we have the freedom and the opportunity to do things which change the world and move civilization forward and help people and increase our personal wealth, increase our own happiness, other people's happiness, do all those things. And yet I've been, not taking full advantage of that. I could be living in a communist country where I'm not allowed to, have my own thoughts or do my own things or whatever. I'm super blessed that I'm a human being. I'm not a plant. I'm not like a bacteria that doesn't do anything. I'm not in like super poverty mode or anything. Everything is like pretty much perfect. As perfect as it can be right now in my situation. So from now on, I really want to pursue my goals with reckless abandon. I don't want to, take any of this for granted. And let me tell you about something that happened to me a couple weeks ago. Back during my vacation, I was staying with my grandfather, and he took me to his house, not the beach house, but the other one. And he took me into his office, which is also his trophy room. And my grandfather, he served in the military. He served in Vietnam, and he was a war hero. He had 33 air medals. He actually gave one to me. Let me get one and show you what it looks like. Check this out. This is an air medal. I'm gonna try to open it without it falling out because it's not secured in here. But like this is what it looks like. I'm being very, very careful. I'm being very, very careful with it. But look at this. This medal represents 25 hours in a helicopter under enemy fire. And he had 33 of these. He had 33 of these. How many hours is that in a helicopter being shot at? He could have lost his life at any time. That's how dangerous this was. That's how special that this award is. And that was really a moment that changed my life too, because, I was so proud of my grandfather, and I was so, amazed to hear about these amazing stories that he did, these things that he did. And I think, I would never be willing to put my life in danger like that, and he did it for me and for all the people living in America. He fought so hard, and he was willing to put his life on the line for me, for this country, so that I could have the freedom that I have today. And what am I doing? I'm wasting it, not living up to my full potential, not doing the things that I know I should be doing. I'm wasting it over here lying to myself, being like, oh yeah, it's okay, I'm a hard worker, I do the things that I need to do in order to be successful, when I'm really not. So that's the way that my life has changed. I from now on, I never want to do anything half-heartedly again. Like, we're going to see how long this lasts, because I have a terrible track record. From now on, I want to pursue my goals like completely recklessly. Like, I want to put in everything that I have. I want to take advantage of and enjoy my freedom, my time, everything that I've been given to the fullest extent that I can. But you know what else that I realized tonight that's even more important than what I just learned, than the change that has just taken place in my life? It's even more important. That's so difficult to understand, where I can't even reconcile this. And I was, perhaps we weren't meant to understand this, is that even though I feel like so big of a failure, like so big of a loser up until this point, and for however else longer it takes for me to get over this, this destructive habits that I have, what I've realized is that God loves me anyways. He loves me anyways, without me having to earn it. The pastor said today, God is less concerned with what you can do for him than he is concerned with what he has done for you. He gave us Jesus Christ as our Savior. He suffered an agonizing death. He died on the cross and then rose again so that we could be free. That's how much he loved me. And one thing which I didn't mention to you is that my granddad, even after all he's done, all the amazing things, I haven't even, told you everything amazing that he's done. He said that he's proud of me. He has this picture of me on his door of his trophy room. It's the first thing that you see when you walk in, and it's of me when I graduated from high school. Almost everybody graduates from high school, right? Like, that's nothing. But yet he's proud of me, and when I compare myself to him and all the great things that he's done, and he's proud of me for graduating high school, I feel like I don't deserve for him to feel proud about me. And I realize that's kind of a selfish way to think about it, comparing myself to him and and this and that, but I'm not trying to do that. But just to know that he's proud of me, and I wonder, maybe God sees me the same way. His sacrifice on the cross was one of the greatest accomplishments ever. And I'm down here being like, oh man, I'm gonna create a great YouTube channel, and that's my life goal. And there's no way that I can ever be the man that Jesus was. But yet to know that he loves me anyways, that's insane. Even though that I can't do anything to be close to him, as far as achievements go, I can't do anything to earn his favor, even though sometimes I wish I could. Even though I'm kind of selfish like that, and I want to be like, hey, look at me, look at what I did. That's not the point. That's not what life's about. I'm so glad that God chose to love me. You know, even though I don't deserve it. But maybe that's a good thing, you know? Because now I don't have to pursue my goals with the mindset of, okay, we're gonna, you know, I'm gonna earn these people's love. I'm gonna earn this. I'm gonna earn their respect or whatever. I'm gonna, you know, get on their level. I'm gonna, you know, earn the right to be with them and for them to say that they're proud of me. But now I can just do this. I can do my things. I can do my life just because I'm thankful. Just because I'm thankful to them. You know, even though I may never do anything as significant as what they did, at least, you know, by my standards. But that I can say that I didn't waste the things that they gave me. That I wasn't like the prodigal son who, you know, took all his father's inheritance and then just spent it on random stuff. Today is a changing day in my life, guys. And yeah, that's the story of how my life was changed today. Thank you so much for watching. From now on, I want to do better. And, you know, I can't guarantee that I'll always do that. I'm still human. I make mistakes. I have bad habits which I need to overcome. So I'm not expecting perfection right away, but never before have I felt so motivated to make a change in my life. And I just want to, you know, document this day. This is important. Thank you guys for being a part of it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe? Sure.